Did you know that Taiwan has strict height restrictions for police officers and firefighters? Applicants are only considered if they stand at 165 centimeters or more for men, or at least 160 centimeters for women. There are similar rules for other public roles like Coast Guards and prison officers. But while these rules have been in place for decades, debate is growing about their validity. More and more people, both within these fields and outside, argue that height restrictions violate equality laws and should be abolished. Let's take a closer look at the experts, as well as how members of the public feel about the status quo.
Police officers and firefighters work in high-risk environments. Applicants for these jobs have to go through many eligibility assessments, and apart from academic tests, they have to meet height and fitness requirements. For police and firefighters, the minimum height requirement is 165 centimeters for men and 160 for women. For Coast Guards, it's 152 for men and 150 for women. Officers of the Investigation Bureau or National Security Bureau and the Judicial Police must stand at least at 155 centimeters if male or 150 if female. And for prison guards, it's also 165 for men or 160 for women. But top-level athletes with accomplishments in martial arts like judo or karate can have those height restrictions waived.
Height is not connected to other factors. I think these restrictions could be lifted, or a height bracket within 3 or 5 centimeters might be better. Each of their duties is probably best suited to people of different heights. If they're not very tall, they may be suitable for office work. It would be a problem if a firefighter couldn't make a rescue because they were too tall or too short. The system has to be like this, to make things easier to manage.
The public is divided over the question of height restrictions.
It's not that police will be at a disadvantage if they're shorter than a suspect. It's about compensating for the weight of the equipment. And for firefighters, the argument I've heard is that they will not be able to reach the machines if they're too short. But is that really true? If so, then why are you buying such tall machines? In the practical application of these rules, as many as 55% of women will be stripped of eligibility to apply because of height restrictions. That's why these rules are considered to be in violation of Chapter 7 of the Constitution, Equal Rights.
The roles of police and firefighter are unusual, and in the past the rules have been clear. Height and weight matter. These restrictions are decades old, but now these professions are changing with the times, and judges may be opening to a different position. Perhaps it won't be long before more applicants can be considered, regardless of their height.